Joy Reid, you're fired! Get out of here!
White women crying when they receive any sort of criticism from women of color is fucking racist.
Huh?
Because white women will sit there and use their tears as weapons against women of
white tears, particularly male white tears. Really white tears in general, because that's what Karens are, right? They Karen out, and then as soon as they get caught, Green Waterworks. My show had value, and that, I'm sorry, that what I was doing had value.
Funny how white tears are a problem until it's her turn. Guess victimhood isn't so bad after all.
Basically, we on this side of the TV screen have said all we can. We've laid out the stakes in this crucial election, where one side stands for freedom while the other meets the textbook definition of fascism, namely a far-right dictatorial regime like Hitler's Germany or Franco's Spain or Mussolini's Italy, but also white-ruled South Africa.
Oh, absolutely. Kamala's campaign was flawless. Let's take a closer look at that flawless execution.
You know, we have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. And you can talk about if you're the wokest or woker, but just stay more woke than less woke.
In America, there's a thing about both white vigilantism and white tears, particularly male white tears. Really white tears in general, because that's what Karens are, right? They Karen out, and then as soon as they get caught, Green Waterworks.
After all that division and lies, she's now crying on TV because she can't be paid to keep spreading nonsense anymore. But let's see what she's really upset about.
That what I was doing had value. And in the end, I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV. And I think this is kind of like me on TV, so I apologize. And then it mattered. I see Karen is there, and she's been texting me as well. And so what I will just say is that in the end, thank you. Where I land is that the moment of guilt that I felt, that I went hard on so many issues, whether it was the Black Lives Matter issues of a young baby or a mom or a dad that was killed, or when we opened up people's eyes to the fact that Asian Americans were being targeted and not just Black folks.
I'm tired of you yapping!
Or whether we've talked about what the president is doing that is subversive to the Constitution, that is injurious to our liberty, defending books. I am not sorry that I stood up for those things, because those things are of God. I'm a church girl too, and those are the things that I was taught were of God. And so I'm not sorry. I'm just proud of my show.
I don't know what I said. I don't remember.
But I appreciate my haters as well, because hating it's a type of fandom.
So I'm minding my business and just heard that MSNBC canceled Joy Reid. Wait, you mean my soror? Joy Reid? But Joy and Mika have been stinking up the joint for over a decade, and they're staying? Okay, so we will respond as we have responded to Target and Walmart and McDonald's and everyone else that thinks it's a game. You've disrespected and dismissed Black women on your network time and time again. But this time we're resting. This time we're reading, relaxing, and we see what you're doing.
Y'all, there was a shakeup at MSNBC today, or this weekend, and they canceled Joy Reid's show. I am livid, pissed, okay? Any shakeup that doesn't involve getting rid of Joe and Mika ain't no real shakeup. I'm so mad. I had quit watching MSNBC. I really have not gone back to watching it. I thought I would by this point, but I really haven't.
MSNBC gave her a show, a platform, and years on the air. But sure, they hate Black women. The mental gymnastics are wild. Let's watch them in action.
MSNBC is out here saying the quiet part out loud. You decided to remove Joy Reid's show, and I take that personally. Because I feel like in the era of politics that we're in, there is no reason you should be removing someone in the 92% from your show lineup. You know better. But actually, I forgot. No, you don't. You see, Joy and Mika kissing the ring is not the only problem over at MSNBC. You have historically had a problem with Black women on your network. And I am so glad I stopped watching you and started amplifying voices like Roland Martin, because you all try to talk a good talk, but the reality is behind the scene, you are highly problematic. You know good and well people watch Joy Reid. Now you remove her voice from your network. Think we are not supposed to notice? Oh, okay. You and the Democratic Party that needs to regroup till you decide to amplify the voice of the 92%, you'll never prosper. You refuse to listen to the very people who have continually done the work and led movements. And like I've said, if you all are looking for something else to watch, feel free to watch Roland Martin. I'm not just saying that because I went to Texas A&M either, but be mindful what you are watching and supporting at such a time as this. I'll never support MSNBC again. You are really going to have to prove something to me to get me to ever turn it back on that network.
It goes without saying that no family should ever have to endure that kind of pain. And the Petito family certainly deserves answers and justice. But the way this story has captivated the nation has many wondering, why not the same media attention when people of color go missing? Well, the answer actually has a name: missing white woman syndrome. The term coined by the late and great Gwen Ifill to describe the media and public fascination with missing white women.
You ever have one of those moments where you think, wow, humanity has peaked? Yeah, me neither. But then, you see something like this.
If the US goes to war with Canada, I'm on Team Canada. That's where the wood-chopping lesbian lives. I don't give a damn about this shithole country, but I would die just to touch her arms. The choice is very clear.
It feels impossible for me to make this video for some reason because it's so emotionally charged right now, but I have to tell you some of the good things that are happening. I've been talking to my doctors and my therapist a lot about how I am more of a woman than I initially anticipated. I don't know why that feels like such a huge thing to say. I don't want to leave behind anybody in the non-binary community. I will never forego that label. It will always feel like something accurate to me.
You make everything about politics. You always talk about politics. Because these politicians are all the way up my pussy. These politicians keep f***ing me. They keep f***ing me. That's why. They don't leave us alone.
Well, that was a wild ride. If you made it this far, you might as well hit that subscribe button. It's free, unlike Joy Reid's dignity.